bills to get you whacked. 50 shots up in this Mac. Face shots to make the news. We just step when they relax. Group chats to get you tapped. Foreign head up in my lap. When they pump, we run it back. Tell my youngin' cut no slack. 5 bills to get you whacked. 50 shots up in this Mac. Face shots to make the news. We just step when they relax. Group chats to get you tapped. Foreign head up in my lap. When they pump, we run it back. Tell my youngin' cut no slack. Impact and make it gooey. When I terrorize like Stewie. Gun chest, 10 choppers. Take my chances with this Uzi. Lil' baby, she might lose me. Attitude, my fashion bougie. I'm attentive with this duty. Like my bitch is bad with booty. Hero Deo, get some Louis. True religion, little Gucci. Black and Asian like Karuchi. Teacup, she dress her Poochie. Keep a hammer, count this Moochie. Y'all be tripping off they coochie. DPs, I beat like Boosie. Chopsticks with this sushi. Real hot boy like Tunchi. Blood stains on my blue feet. Navy with my crew meet. Clean up crew be too neat. Pros be moving too deep. All my roads been too steep. Rode them like I'm too deep. Daily like the news week. Money hustle, new streak. See and hate like who he. Solid rock come through me. Legend like I'm Bruce Lee. See these hoes, they group deep. Ruthless from that one street. Roof Chris when I won't steak. Niggas want that update. 5 bills to get you whacked. 50
What's the good old big deal, man? It's your boy, Young Ant Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead, like and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing to press that button. And if you ring that notification bell, I'm going to bring you mail. What's the good old big deal with the good old people? It's Hot Topics with your boy, Young Ant Hefe. And I'm here to deliver you another one like the other one. The recipient of Hot Topics is no other than yours truly, Big U, a.k.a. Debo. Pressed down on that beach cruise. So y'all already know it was his court day yesterday, you know what I'm saying? And bail was denied, you know what I'm saying, as we all suspected. But, you know what I'm saying, with a small percentage, you know what I'm saying, let's see what luck may bring through this door, you know what I'm saying? It could have happened. However, it didn't happen. And in that bail hearing, you know what I'm saying, they was talking about, you know what I'm saying, phone calls, him talking about, you know, he gonna have Trump pardon him, you know what I'm saying, amongst other things. So, you know what I'm saying, we found out that they also was speaking about the unaliving of the dude, Rashawn, you know what I'm saying, they were speaking about it not being a good idea to let him out because a lot of people are in fairness and he had witness tampering before. And just based on all the evidence that they have gathered on him over the years, you know what I'm saying, and through this investigation is enough not to let him back on the streets that they feel, you know what I'm saying? So Big U lawyer, as we know, was trying to shoot and speak with like, he turned himself in. And the feds really not buying that one, you know what I'm saying? The prosecution is not buying that one. They like, he only turned himself in by way because we had him trapped. And then further beyond that, he tried to flee. They felt like he should have been there at his house when they arrested him. Being that he wasn't at his house when they raided to arrest him, they peed off about that. They definitely don't like that. You know what I'm saying? They came through that door hoping to apprehend him and take him in that unmarked car and usher him to federal custody. They come in there, pop, goes the weasel, no Big U. So they figure like, hey, he was listening in. He knew that we was coming. He got lawyers. His lawyers was looking in. They probably had people in law enforcement, and they told him that his house is about to get raided. And with that, you know, he got on. You know what I'm saying? He went ahead and escaped. So they not even honoring this man turning himself in. And then on top of that, they taking the video of him speaking. You know what I'm saying? When he was like, man, you know, hey, y'all know who y'all is, man. You feel me? Look, man, I'm about to turn myself in. The people that's supposed to help me, I hope y'all help me. Y'all know who y'all is. If y'all don't, y'all don't. But hopefully y'all do what y'all supposed to do. If y'all know anybody that can help me, send them my way. Man, y'all see all these dudes they throwing on the case with me, man. This is crazy. They might as well throw loose cannon and they might as well throw 600 and whack in there too, since they doing all this with everybody else. So I guess they brought that situation up, and y'all gonna find out, you know what I'm saying, per se, if you ain't seen it from his account, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna see it on this account. Y'all gonna find out from somebody who was in the courtroom, that was the first person in the courtroom, and heard everything that was said. You know what I'm saying? He heard everything that was said. He said he was eye to eye. Him and Big U was mugging each other. Said Big U looked off, you know what I'm saying? But he said he was the first person across that threshold. He heard everything that was said. So y'all can hear it from this recipient himself. And y'all already know, man, it's the halfway and the half effect, man. We are going to commentate.
I'm the first one to walk through. I could see him through the glass. He's sitting right there. I'm the first one to walk in. I said, "Oh, what's up, man? How you doing? Hey, what's up, man?" You know what I mean? He look at me, look away. Buster, scary. Don't even want my guy. He's scary, right? So I go in. I'm front row. We gonna see what's going on. Cause see, these other minute orders been sealed, bro. So a lot of stuff goes on they don't want people to see for whatever reason. We don't know. You feel me? Anyway, let's talk about his lawyer. So his lawyer, no, first I believe it's a prosecutor, DA, whatever. They run a whole list of why he should get denied, right? So when it's his lawyer's time to speak, his lawyer has a problem standing up. So he says, "Let me get up for a second." Okay, get up. He stands up, and he tells the judge, "Give me a second. Let me get over here. I guess some type of injury, health problem, whatever it may be." But he was standing up already past Big U to go to the podium to speak how the DA was stern and be able to speak. You know what his lawyer did? No. The judge gave him an opportunity to sit down. He said, "You know what? You can present from right there." He said, I guess, and sat down. Right there, when I seen that, I said, this lawyer's not even trying to get this dude out. If that had been me, how I was able to stand up, I would have walked to that podium and presented my case and defended my client with everything I got. That dude sat down next to Big U and was pleading his case. And the other dude stood up. Mind you, they got the thing, they got the speaker. Everything he's saying is loud and clear. He's able to look at the judge right in his face and stand up. This lawyer, oh man, bless his heart. But, so let's get to the meet and greet, right? The lawyer didn't have anything to stand on. His only key bullet point thing to stand on was that Big U surrendered. That's all he had to say good about it. So as we going through this thing, right? You know, the prosecutor said what he say. He get to speak. He get to speak. So the prosecutor said, I don't know if it's DA prosecutor. Please correct me on that. He like, not only when he turned himself in, he fled. He already fled. So you can't say he turned himself in. They played the video of him mentioning WAC 100 and 600. He said that 600 was with the FBI when they raided his house. He said that 600 and WAC 100 are working with the FBI. Do you know what the district attorney prosecutor said? He said that those are lies and that those people have never spoken with the FBI. Okay? That's what he said. So they used what he...
Y'all heard it for your own ears. Y'all seen it with your own eyes. So y'all see right there, man, it's a cold game, man. It's a cold game, man, on everything. And they say it ain't snowing in hell. So 600 is the recipient that was in that courtroom. Y'all heard it from his mouth. He crossed the threshold first, scratched the finish line. Him and Big U was eye to eye, mugging each other. He said, "What's up?" You know, Big U didn't have no words from him. Big U turned around from him. If y'all want to go ahead and tap in the 600 content, you know what I'm saying, his original content, y'all can watch the whole thing of what was said, because it was a whole episode, you know what I'm saying, that he had with a woman that was a supporter of Big U. I don't know if this was a cousin, a sister, or auntie, or whoever, or a home girl or whatnot. But, you know what I'm saying, it seemed like she was in there rubbing elbows, bumper to with 600, and was like, you know, you happy, you know what I'm saying, what you here for and stuff like that. So 600 giving us account in that courtroom. You know, in that courtroom, defense, they get to speak, you know what I'm saying, and your lawyer get to speak. I think the defense, I think it's like 3-2. I think the defense get to open, then it's you, then it's defense, then it's you, then defense get to finish out. So they got 3 goals. So within them 2 goals, as 600 was pointing out, your lawyer got to show out and come with a strong defense that the lawyer can feel, because at the end of the day, although the lawyer tides a lot of judge tides go with the flow of the prosecution. If you got a good lawyer that got a relationship with this judge and quote that law properly and standing firm on business, I've seen it go the other way, regardless of what the prosecution is saying. But in this case, I'm gonna keep it real. Just being somebody who have been of that lifestyle previously in the years of done time for being under this lifestyle and stigma that they put upon you, more than likely they go with the prosecution. You know what I'm saying? And when you were number one on the case and you got trumped up charges that's as Big U charges, more than likely they're not going to let you out of jail. Now, the smaller people on indictment, they're the ones that's going to get out and have the luxury of being at home with their feet kicked up, rubbing their toes and stuff like that, and just not caring. That's how it's going to go. You know what I'm saying? That's how I seen it on my case. You know, they get out on my case. They came with a bunk BS reason why, and I wasn't even number one. But a lot of other people on my case and co-defendants and people that was tied to me on the case did get out and get the, you know what I'm saying, have their feet kicked up and stuff like that, eating popcorn while we in court, you know what I'm saying, shackled in these jail clothes and stuff like that. They at home talking over the phone, you know what I'm saying. They present in court on the phone at home, you know what I'm saying. They just got to be present over a phone. So 600 say whatever lawyer he got, we don't know if this is a paid lawyer or if this is a public defender or a private lawyer, but he said the representation wasn't good. And the lawyer probably already know with all these type of charges, ain't no telling how many times he fought these type of cases. He probably already knowing, like, man, look, dude ain't going nowhere. They playing hardball. I know how they planned it. So he probably didn't feel the need to get up there and put on a show, you know what I'm saying, just to be clowned or just to be debunked. And, you know what I'm saying, set down like, look, I don't care how you shot it, it's over with. So, you know, let's just save that energy for a later battle. But 600 said he would have gave it his all. I guess as well, when 600 pulled up at Big U residence when he was getting arrested, and 600 was recording, and I guess he asked one of the agents, like, hey, what's going on? Is it a break-in? And the agent like, no, you know, we raiding the house, and, you know, and Big U name was still out there, you know what I'm saying, if I served myself correctly, you know, 600 started laughing and joking and stuff. I guess Big U allegedly took to social media and said that 600 was an FBI agent or Wack was an FBI agent, and they're trying to use this. This crazy how they trying to use this as basically threats or not a threat because they'll be asking them if they wanted to press charges, but basically use this as another stranglehold and or defense against him to hold him in custody of him saying, because I didn't hear him say that. I heard him say basically being that Brick Baby and Loose Cannon is being arrested with me and I don't deal with them dudes, y'all might as well get 600 and Whack too. But I don't know. Let's get back into the rest of this content. And y'all know it's the Hef way, the Hef effect. We gonna commentate.
I'm 80 years old, bro. I'm not going to jail for that shit. That motherfucker getting there. You should be there. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said, man. You know what I'm saying? So, with all that stuff, right? So, he's definitely being charged with the murder. Y'all remember my video I said a few weeks ago, he's not being charged with one indictment? So, that was one of the arguments that Big U's lawyer said. Big U's lawyer said that all this stuff about a murder, there's no police reports, he hasn't been charged with it. Mind you, the DA over there in the cut, like, I'm going to let you finish. As soon as he's finished, you have anything else to say? He comes up and says, no, actually, he is being charged with the murder. I said, oh, Big U's being charged with the murder? So then they start talking about the murder. They said that the first time they contacted Big U's family about the murder of Rashawn Williams, he wasn't even a suspect. They only contacted them to see what they knew about him. And Big U wasn't there. The wife was there. They said the wife called from the mother's phone, called Big U, and said, hey, they came asking about Rashawn. They got all that. He wasn't even a suspect. They said that made him guilty, right? That made him a suspect right there. So then they got the guys telling on him, 50 witnesses telling on him. They got suspects that are going to come and testify in court. The dude is cooked. denied bail. You know, I might have to do another video. It's so much stuff that they say that was almost 2 hours. And I took a mental note of everything. I wasn't able to record. I really wanted to get everything, but just some of the key points I gave y'all, dude is cooked. Oh, another thing the lawyer said was, these people are here to put up their property to bail, and you know, he should be fighting this from home. You know, he's not a threat. He's not a flight risk. Everything he said, they debunked it. He said, no, he is a flight risk because he already fled. They said he just wants a second chance. They said, no, he has a second chance. You know what they did? They read off all these charges previously. He's been arrested for murder. All these charges. They said he's had a second chance. They said something like, this is the paradigm of that, something. I don't know the definition of all that, but they said that. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. So, you know, so then the lawyer said, if for whatever reason, you know, and they arguing the fact that let's put them on strict monitoring, no people contact, you know, ankle monitor, such and such and such. And these people are putting up their properties, and if anything was to happen, he'll never get out of jail. Why would you say that? Like, you already admitting to him never getting out of jail. Like, that lawyer is a dump truck. I'm just being real with you, bro. Like, me, let me give y'all some game. If I was Big U's lawyer, he never argued, and I just came up with this, thinking about this right now. I would have said, listen, Your Honor, my client is 58 years old. He'll be 59. He's in bad shape. He's over 300 pounds. He has knee problems, health problems. He's not in any position to flee. You know, everything you have, he hasn't been convicted. He just want to fight at home. Your presentation is everything. It's not about what you said, how you said. And I would have stood my ass up on that podium and presented this and said, look how many people he has here to support him. That lawyer didn't do none of that. He didn't bring up the people in the audience. He didn't have a stern look at, he's sitting down lounging next to his client. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. I wouldn't have hired that dude, but that's part one of what's going on. He's been denied bail. Oh, so did I talk about how tough these guys be talking when they see me? It ain't like that. I don't know. Like, share, and subscribe. By him saying that 600 and WAC 100 are working with the FBI, he said everyone knows if people in the streets are working with law enforcement, that puts a target on their back. They say that he used that as smoke signals to put threats on our life. This is what the DA says, right? So then they pull up a next clip. They show a screenshot of a guy who works for Developing Options. You know what it said? It said, free Big U, kill 600, and keep the rest. They put his screenshot up. You know what they said? This guy's an employee that was just seen a few days prior with Big U in the cart on Crenshaw and Slauson with a Developing Options hat who just got hired for him a month prior. So they're using all this stuff against him. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff came up. They also said that when they raided his house, they were told that it was a firearm in the house. They asked the father, he wasn't there. The father said, it should be in there, but it's not there.
Okay, man, y'all see and know how I go, man. Y'all seen it with your own eyes. Y'all heard it with your own ears. So what 600 is saying that basically by Big U stating his name and WAC 100 name before he went in, you know what I'm saying, on that little FaceTime audio he put out, they saying that was like some code as him letting the streets know that these guys are supposedly federal informants, you know what I'm saying, are working with the police, how he going down, you know what I'm saying, go get them, people need to get them, you know what I'm saying, him putting them out there is basically letting the streets know that these guys are all bad, go holler at them dudes, you know what I'm saying. It's crazy how they be twisting things, man. So you got to be careful what you say, and I tell people that a lot. The feds is a word game, and everything is going to work against you in their court of law. Furthermore, it looked like an alleged associate of Big U's was caught with like a paper or a letter that had some writing on there, and the writing went along the words allegedly that said, free Big U, kill 600, keep the rest. So it's like, keep the rest. Is the rest telling? Like, what's going on? We know it's like unalive 600 because, you know, 600, you know what I'm saying, is going at Big U. You feel me? But how is people getting caught with this type of stuff? And why is you walking around with this type of stuff? And where was this even found at? I lost my train of mind and thought when I heard that I don't even remember where it came from. It's just like that was just pulled about the hat, like a magic trick. It's crazy out here. So amongst that, I don't know how many residents of his was raided and which residence this was at. I'm pretty sure if y'all want to find the facts of that, y'all can go digging deeper. But, we just speaking on what's already put out there and giving our opinion. So they saying when the residence was raided that Big U father was in there. They saying Big U father's like 80 years old. So, the feds come in there, they gonna ask, is anything in here that don't belong in here, explosive weapons, drugs, stuff like that. They like the father, like, look, man, it's a gun up here. It's a gun in there somewhere. I don't know where it's at, but it's a gun in there somewhere. And more than likely, allegedly, it ain't got nothing to do with me. So we don't know if this was said, but 600 was somebody at the court, and he's saying this is what was said, that they asked about, that he told about a weapon or spoke about a weapon being in the house. So we don't know if this weapon was apprehended or what happened with this weapon or anything like that. But yeah, all this is just like, that's we ain't seen that submitted into evidence, so we don't know what's going on. Like, is they're trying to run some forensics, trying to figure out what's what? Is that gonna come later on? Because they still could attach it on later on, you know what I'm saying, and just, give a nigga explanation, oh, we was doing this, trying to figure this out. But this is a part of the indictment. So that's that if that is allegedly true, that's a gun charge trumped on top of everything. That's trumped on top of everything. Furthermore, from 600 mouth by way of the courtroom. So 600 have been doing a lot of joking and clowning pertaining to Big U being arrested and the young dude who was unalived in Vegas, you know what I'm saying? Rashawn, with the DNA under the fingernails and all that type jig situation. So we found out that wasn't true, but, whatever DNA samples was taken, you know what I'm saying, and merged, Big U was inconclusive, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't say yeah, couldn't say nay, so it means nay. Furthermore, they say he wasn't even a suspect in the Rashawn unaliving at the time, but I guess being that, they doing their investigations, and I'm pretty sure Big U name is coming up a lot. It's being close with this guy in the family, and him being a part of the family, going to school with the kids since high school and stuff like that. To where he was like a stepchild of the family. Like, hey, was y'all know what happened? We heard you was out there. What's going on? Just so happened when the police come, Big U wasn't at home, so they talked to Big U wife. When the detectives leave, they said Big U wife tapped right in with Big U off another phone. But the whole time, she probably thinking allegedly she's doing the right thing. Like, oh, I ain't gonna call off my phone. I'm gonna call off this phone. A line I know that ain't compromised. But if Big U phone and line is compromised, then it don't even matter. That line is compromised off the back. So when they hear this phone call, they make Big U a suspect and start looking into him. You know what I'm saying? All allegedly because wifey was trying to look out and make sure he was on the straight and narrow. So we gonna conclude this there, man. Y'all got it, man. They denied the bail, you know what I'm saying? They was coming with everything. They was throwing the kitchen sink. They was throwing the kitchen table. They was throwing chairs, you know what I'm saying? They was throwing glass. It was no holds bar, you know what I'm saying? It was itsy bitsy, you know what I'm saying? Small percentage of chance that he might skate through. They definitely saying that he's a flight risk, you know what I'm saying? They not buying him turning himself in. They like, you already had fled and ran and didn't have nowhere to go. We boxed you in and made you turn yourself in. We gonna conclude this there. It's your boy Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead, like and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing to press that button. And if you ring that notification bell, I'm gonna bring you mail.
No, you capping. Man, I might make some nigga mad with this shit here, right? But I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna keep it real. Man, half of these niggas around here the police. And y'all got them hanging out with you. Half of these niggas that got on the stand, my nigga, and testified on niggas, right? But them y'all homeboys. They come home, y'all celebrate them. Y'all got them at boo, coo, this, all this shit come around. That's why I don't fuck with these niggas. Cause them be the same niggas that goddamn gonna get on the stand and testify against your ass when you're out here in the streets. See, that's why I got the way, dog. It ain't nothing out here but niggas gonna tell on each other. Get on the stand and testify. Oh, it's niggas around here done testified on niggas. I got paperwork, niggas done testified, got on the stand on niggas, and don't even got nothing to do with the motherfucking case. That's how scared these niggas is around here. Fuck they talking about. It can happen to you.